Well, good morning from the Sava River near Ljubljana, the north side of Ljubljana in Slovenia actually. The Sava is one of the main rivers that flows through Slovenia and actually flows off south towards Belgrade. It's a beautiful river, but there's this one section of the river I found here where there's some nice rocks and some rapids. And so I came down here a few days ago actually and scouted this location. I found a really nice composition for an autumn shot, and that's what I've come back here this morning to do on a misty morning. So as you've just seen, it's autumn now, and this year actually the autumn colours have not been so vivid. It's been very warm, and the whole year actually has been very warm but very wet. And as a result, the colours were late coming out, and actually not all of the colours have come out. There's still a lot of green here. Now, obviously when the autumn colours are out, the landscape is incredible, resplendent with browns, yellows, reds. It's a really, really great moment. And of course you want to get out there and capture all of those colours in all their glory. But sometimes it's actually good to pick out some colour among the green. And so as a consequence of the colours not being so vivid and some of the trees actually not turning or being late to turn, I've actually found a very interesting composition down here by the river. There's a single tree over there that has changed colour. So this tree has lovely yellow leaves on it, but it's surrounded by a whole bunch of green trees. And that actually has made that tree stand out among the rest. So it's isolated that lone tree and those autumn colours against the greenery of the background. So actually makes a very interesting shot and a very interesting composition. So I framed up this shot with the running water over the rapids in the foreground, with this tree in the background. Now, it's a misty morning, so I haven't got any direct light on the water, so the water's not too bright, and I don't have too much of a contrast issue. But of course the water is still very bright, it's very white, and the background is a bit darker, because it's misty. So what I'm going to do is something maybe a little unconventional. I don't think it is, but most people might not be too familiar with it. And if you're not, it's a good time to show you something like this. So I'm going to use a neutral density graduated filter. This is a 3-stop hard grad. Now, usually, of course, we use the hard grads to darken down the sky, because usually it's the sky that's much brighter than the foreground. But you do get some situations where the foreground is brighter than the background. And in this case, of course, because the water is very white, it's much brighter than the background. Okay? Now, if I take one shot, I framed up my composition, so of course if I take this shot, nicely exposed, that tree in the background is a bit dark. So what I'm going to do is use this ND Grad to artificially lighten, to brighten that background actually, and darken that foreground. So I'm going to use it upside down. So now by darkening down that foreground, I've now got a brighter background. Now the rapids are running fast, so I don't need a super long exposure to capture this flowing water to smooth it out. When water's flowing fast, I think I've got at the moment 1/15 of a second. Okay. And then I can take the aperture up to f22. I've got it on ISO 100. So at f22 ISO 100 I've got 1/6 of a second. Actually, if I overexpose it a touch, I get 1/5 of a second. It's actually quite nice, yeah. I got the white balance on shady to bring out the autumn colours. I'll try one now on cloudy, which is not quite so warm. The problem with the shady white balance is it does tend to make the water very brown. So I'm trying to find a balance between the two. I'm using a 16:9 aspect ratio to really focus my image in on the water and that tree in the background. It's still quite misty there. It's possible that the sun might start to break through this mist a bit, so we'll see what happens. I'm just going to move in a bit, try to get a slightly tighter composition on this. With a few different shutter speeds. Take my ISO up to 400. F11. You get 1/60th of a second. Freeze the water a bit more. You can see different effects it creates. For this scene, I personally prefer that the water's smoothed out. That's nice, lovely shot. I'm going to go up there on that rocky ledge and try to get a slightly higher perspective this time. I'm now going to try a wider perspective. Get more of the tops of the trees. That small tree over there. But of course the problem I got now, I've pulled back. I've got that very bright misty sky. And the foreground now is too dark. So I'm going to take this right out. And this time I'm going to use a 4-stop soft grad. I'm going to put this one in the right way around. Because I want to darken the sky now. This one down quite far, and I can also darken the rapids, the white bits on the water too. But at the same time, I can keep this kind of greenish water in this foreground here quite bright. Otherwise, the way it was before, it was too dark. So in this case, the soft grad, the right way up, is working better. Come back a touch. spider view's not really working quite so well. Plus from this far back, that water just looks like a white blur. I think I'm going to go back closer. Nice composition. This angle, I've really got the water flowing through my scene now. I've got long, streaky white trails, especially with a long exposure. I think I actually like this perspective more than the other one. Stop hard grad back on, upside down again this time, because now I'm excluding the sky. I'm zooming in closer this time. Framed in close on this one because it really gives definition to the foreground, but also provides much better foreground interest. And I've still got that yellow tree in the background. The downside really from this perspective, although I get the tree in, the tree from this angle doesn't look so interesting actually. It looks much more interesting from that first perspective I was at. But there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Most of the leaves, as you'll see in the picture here I'm going to show you, most of the leaves are actually on the left side. So by coming around this side, I'm actually push most of those leaves to the left side, and the right side of the tree is quite bare from this angle. So it's actually not so interesting. Not really sure which one is going to look the best. We'll have to see when I get back and look on the computer. more colour in the scene further down. Experiment with a few different a lot of water now, so dark grad's darkening the water in the foreground a bit too much. I'm going to put the soft grad on upside down. Now the sun's starting to burst through. Okay, quite like this composition. Got a lot of the foreground. In this case I've got a lot of the foreground water in now, and I've sprayed the top third with just that low tree and a few other little trees there. A little bit of road colour at the top, mostly now focused on the water. It seems to be working quite well. Oh, I think that's about it. I have time to pack up and go back. But it's a great location. I think the mist was a bit too thick, so it might be good to come back down here another morning when the mist is not quite so thick. Or maybe next year when the colours are a bit more vivid. I'll go back home for a coffee. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell to get future videos. And please like this video if you enjoyed it, and catch you later.